Hello, today we're going to talk to the specialists, equipment specialists and coaches. Going to give you some tips about the bend and how to work on the bend. First, it's really important that your gauge is well zeroed. You use your straight edge here and you bring it, you make sure it's on zero. Again, another thing to be careful is often you can have some dust that's on your pins here. So with your finger, always make sure that there's no dust on your pins before you measure the zero. And then you want to be stable, either that you use that you bend with the skates on or with the boot on or not. You want to find a stable spot, and then you want to apply a constant pressure to read your blade. And for the carpenters, they always say measure twice, cut once. Well, for bending your blades, I say you can measure up to 10 times before you actually bend the blades, because it doesn't take much to change your reading. So you want to be sure you measure, and you actually think about what you are gonna do on your blade, and before you actually do it. Generally, you want a bend that's quite smooth, where the transitions are smooth. You normally go around 2 in the back up to around 3 in front on the gauge, but you want those transitions to be really smooth. Though if you see if there's a wave on the blade, on the gauge, you see that for example the reading goes down and up again in a really short distance, you may want to just ignore it, because you're not going to be able to change the bend on a very short distance like this. So yeah, that's what I just do. I just ignore little waves like that, because if you try to if your blade is too low, for example in this little area, adding here will add around 2, and you're just gonna go up and down, and you're gonna lose your time, and at the end it's not gonna make a big difference. Just make sure that the overall progression is smooth, and normally you will go in the right direction. For the bender, another little tips that I would give you is to work with tight stance. The wider you are, the more strength you have, and the easier it's going to be to actually bend the blade. But what you want is to work with tight stance, so you need to apply good pressure, so that way you're going to control a little bit more what you're doing, and chances are that you're going to get better results, and that you're going to be able to have nicer work working like that. So I hope those little tips will help you, and we'll see you next time.